Greed is so destructive. It can destroy everything. However, can it destroy the entire planet Earth? Welcome back, guys. It's Motion Recaps again. And today we're covering the 2021 sci-fi drama, Don't Look Up. Kate Dibiasky and her professor, Dr. Randall Mindy, make an astounding discovery of a comet going straight toward planet Earth. With the help of Dr. Teddy Oglethorpe, Kate and Randall embark on a meteor that takes them from the office of a controversial president, President Orlean, and her son/chief of staff Jason, to the airwaves of the Daily Rip, a mega-popular morning show. Even so, no one seems to be caring about the comet. People are apathetic, and the president cares only for her campaign. Mindy, Kate, and Teddy only have 6 months to try and save the planet. Will they succeed? Now, before we give you all the details about this movie, I don't want you to look up. In fact, I want you to look down and to the right a little bit. See that subscribe button? Go ahead and click on it. We've got some great movie recaps to share with you, and we don't want you to miss any. And by all means, stick around to the very end to find out what happens. Alright, without any further ado, here's Don't Look Up. Kate is an astronomy grad student, and she's working in an observatory. It seems like a usual day for her. But suddenly, she sees something through an electronic telescope. After a quick study, Kate figures out that she found a comet. She immediately calls her professor and the other students. Dr. Randall Mindy comes and he calculates the route of the comet. He realizes something, and he tells everyone except Kate to go home. Mindy then calls NASA to inform them about the comet. Dr. Calder, head of NASA, calls Dr. Teddy Oglethorpe, the head of planetary defense. Mindy tells Teddy that they found a comet of enormous size. Teddy is pleasantly surprised, but when Kate tells him that the comet will hit planet Earth in 6 months and 14 days, Teddy gets horrified. He tells Mindy and Kate to get to Washington immediately. Mindy and Kate go on a military plane. After their arrival, they meet Teddy and General Themes in the White House. After a long time of waiting, the president finally shows up. However, she doesn't pay attention to Teddy and the others. Her chief of staff, Jason, who is also the president's son, tells Teddy to wait for them a little. The night falls. General Themes gets a call, and he leaves. After more time and waiting, Jason finally emerges from the president's office, only to tell Mindy and the others that the president doesn't have time to see them today, and that they can come back tomorrow. He arranged a hotel for them. At the hotel, Mindy calls his wife June to check how she and their 2 sons are doing. Kate calls her boyfriend, who works in the press. We get a little bit more knowledge about their personal lives. The following day, Mindy, Kate, and Teddy visit the president, and Kate gets angry when the president chooses to ignore the threat of the comet. Midterms are coming, and the president doesn't want to ruin her chances because of the comet situation. Insane thinking, right? She tells him that the scientists will check everything out. She tells everyone to keep the comet a secret before the trio leave. At the train station, Teddy tells Mindy and Kate that they need to leak the news about the comet. Mindy and Kate get on the train, and they leave. Then we meet our typical CEO billionaire bad guy. His name is Peter Isherwell, and he's the CEO of a company named Bash. He holds a presentation where he shows people a new model of a phone that traces human emotions, and it can connect with a human on a whole nother level. After the presentation, his assistant shows him the pictures of the comet. Peter is pleasantly surprised by this. Mindy and Kate go to the New York Times, and they tell them everything about the comet. They arrange for Mindy and Kate to be a special guest on a very popular talk show, and they're ready to get the truth out. Later, Mindy, Kate, and her boyfriend are walking through the streets, and she tells him about the comet. He panics, but she calms him down. Mindy and Kate are getting ready for the show, in which they'll reveal the truth. In the waiting room, they see the famous singer, Riley Bina, who is currently at the center of media attention. She broke up with her boyfriend. He's famous too, and everyone is interested in their little drama. That's the sad reflection of our reality. Riley goes to talk with the hosts, and we see a lot of people watching the TV because of pure curiosity about Riley's love life. Riley tells everyone that she still loves her boyfriend, and suddenly, he shows up on a video call, and he tells her that he's sorry for his behavior. Thanks to that act, the show's ratings exploded. Mindy and Kate are next. They talk about the comet with the hosts, and everything goes smoothly. Kate tells them that the comet is a so-called planet killer, which means that it can and will destroy the world. However, the hosts take that awful news lightly, and this enrages Kate. She yells, and Mindy gives his best to calm her down, but she leaves. Mindy stays a little longer until the show finishes, and one of the hosts named Bree invites him back for a drink. Later on, Mindy and Kate find out from the infographics that no one from the viewers paid attention to their talk. However, the viewers made memes out of them. Kate is in distress because she doesn't want to die, and shows Mindy that she's tracked down how many days she has until the comet hits the planet. Things get even worse for her when she finds out that her boyfriend used the chance to make a story about how he slept with Kate, who is now better known as a crazy girl. A month passes, and we see Mindy arguing with some people through YouTube comments. He's trying to convince them that the comet is coming and that it's not a hoax. His wife, June, calls him from downstairs, informing him that someone is looking for him. Mindy finds a bunch of FBI guys down there. They take him away, and the same happens to Kate and Teddy. They take them to the president's office, where the president and Jason are waiting for them. They apologize to the trio for not taking them seriously. Then, the president tells them that they made a plan for destroying the comet. An Army veteran named Benedict Drask will get into the space shuttle, and he'll lead the other rockets into the comet. The president tells them that they could do it remotely, but America always needs a hero. Drask will sacrifice himself, and he'll destroy the comet. The trio is happy because the government finally did something. The president then holds a speech that is broadcast all over the world, and humanity finds out that the threat is indeed real. The president tells them that they made a plan for destroying the comet and that everyone will be safe. Mindy, Kate, and Teddy become popular, and they are guests on many TV shows. They give their best to spread the truth. However, we find out that Mindy is spreading something else because he's cheating on his wife with Bree. At last, the launch day comes, and many people gather around to watch it. Our trio is in the office with the president. She announces that the launching will begin soon, and Mindy gives the command to start. A blaze of fire comes out from the rockets, and Drask is in the air. Everyone is happy because of the successful launch. Suddenly, Peter shows up, and he calls for the president to have a few words alone. To everyone's surprise, the rockets begin to change course, and soon every one of them is back on the ground. The trio is in a messy room, and Jason comes to pick Mindy up. He throws some snacks and water to Kate and Teddy, and then he leaves with Mindy. At a special meeting, Mindy finds out that Peter found out that the comet has a lot of valuable minerals on and in itself. He presents a plan for harvesting these materials. They will use drones to blow up the meteorite into smaller pieces, which will still hit the Earth and cause a lot of damage, but it won't be catastrophic. Then they will extract the minerals. The value of these minerals is over $1 trillion. The president's decision to back the plan up shocks Mindy. Later, he tells that to Kate and Teddy. Some people overhear their conversation, and they approach asking for answers. Kate tells them everything, and soon a riot breaks out. The FBI shows up and snatches Kate. They tell her they won't press charges against her if she stops talking about the comet. At this point, Kate is sick of everything, and she agrees. She goes to her parents' house before letting her in. Her parents tell her that they don't want to hear political talk because they support the president. Then, we find out that the government uses media propaganda to convince people that harvesting the comet will be beneficial for everyone. In the next scene, Mindy's with Bree, and he's surprised when he sees June, his wife, in his room. She's disappointed and throws his medication at him before she leaves. Kate is working at a store as a cashier, and 3 guys show up. One of them, named Yule, tells her that she's awesome because of her speech and that his friends love her too. He tells her they stole alcohol, and Kate decides to do nothing about it. Yule invites her to hang out with his friends that night. Peter shows Mindy and the president his drones. However, Mindy's really skeptical, and he has a small fight with Peter, who tells him that he knows everything about him thanks to his BASH program. He tells Mindy that the program even calculated how he's going to die. Peter reveals to Mindy that he will die alone. After some time, Mindy is a guest at the talk show again, and there he has a huge outburst of anger. He yells at the camera that everyone will die because the government doesn't want to stop the comet. Soon, the FBI gets him like they did Kate, and Bree gets into the car to say her last goodbye to her lover. Kate is with Yule's friends, and she's having a good time. Yule leans over to kiss her, but she pushes him back. Then she goes ahead and kisses him anyway, because the world is going to end. After the makeout session, Kate sees a comet in the sky. It's getting closer to the Earth. Yule tells Kate that he's a Christian, even if he doesn't look like a regular Christian guy, and then he silently prays. Mindy is on his way from the FBI questioning when he sees the comet too. He gets out of the car and starts telling people to look up. Suddenly, everyone sees the comet. Mindy gets a call from Kate, and after talking about the comet sighting, they decide to meet up. After meeting up, they begin a campaign to inform people about the comet, while the president is running a campaign named Don't Look Up. Then the society splits into 2 groups. One of them wants the government to destroy the comet, while the other stands with the president in harvesting it. One day, Teddy informs Mindy that Russia, China, and India tried to harvest the comet, and that they failed. During a presidential speech, a man from the crowd notices a comet that looks really close to the ground, and he tells others to look up and see it. Suddenly, everyone turns their back on the president, as they now know that they are in real danger. Kate and Yule are with Mindy, and Yule tells Kate that he really loves her, and that he wants to get engaged to her because no one made him feel like this before. They go to buy some groceries, and then they go to Mindy's house. Mindy asks June if they can have a big family dinner, and she invites them in. The government launches the drones, but everything goes wrong, and the drones begin to explode. Peter and the president escape by telling Jason that they're going to the bathroom. Soon, everyone else escapes, knowing that they're doomed because their plan failed. Jason is left alone in the control room. Mindy, his family, Kate and Yule are preparing a big dinner, and Teddy shows up with drinks. Everyone is together now, ready to share their last moment on planet Earth. Mindy gets a call from the president, and she tells him that she has 2 free seats on a spaceship in which the rich will hibernate until they come across another planet that's like Earth. Mindy tells her that he doesn't want to go, and he hangs up. The president forgot her son, and he's all alone, waiting for the end. People around the world are gathered around to watch the comet and the destruction of the Earth. The animals are panicking. They feel and know that everything will end soon. Part of the comet begins to fall to the Earth, and the end is drawing closer. Mindy, his family and friends are at the table, and Yule leads the prayer before they start to eat. Everything is shaking as the comet approaches. Everyone talks, trying their best not to pay attention to the beginning of the end. And then, it just happens. Everything is gone after the impact. Everyone is dead. There's nothing left on Earth. However, Mindy proved Peter wrong by dying beside his family and friends. In the far distant future, we can see that the spaceship is arriving at a distant planet and a bunch of naked people emerging from it. The president and Peter are there. They're on a new planet, ready for a new beginning. The president sees a weird bird-like creature, and she approaches it, intending to pet it. The creature kills her instantly. Then a bunch of these creatures show up, ready to kill the others, and the movie ends there. I gotta be honest with you guys, after watching this movie, I had to sit back and think really hard because, man, this movie is an allegory for the world we're living in today. Do you agree with me? Let me know in the comment section below, and tell me what you thought about this movie. Don't forget to take a moment right now to subscribe to this channel if you've not yet already done so, like this video if you enjoyed it, and hit that bell so you get notified the moment we drop another recap on you. Thanks once again for watching Motion Recaps, and we'll see you in our next recap coming soon.